You're listening to Game On with Jackson Stuart.
Life is good, but you, player, deserve something great. Follow Game On with Jackson Stuart on social media and get the latest advice, tips, and life hacks. Follow at Game On with Jack on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Lastly, hook yourself up with news you can use, interviews, posts, articles, and more on men's lifestyle, health, and success. See you at www.gameonwithjack.blog. Life's a game. Time to play. Time to win.
Good people, sexy people, welcome to Quick Wins on Game On with Jackson Stuart. This is where we cut the fluff and get straight to the good stuff. 10 minutes or less of fast, powerful tips to level up your life. Whether you're on your morning commute, hitting the gym, or just need a quick boost, we're here to keep your game on and your momentum strong. So let's dive in and score another win with tonight's topic, bad chat. 3 tips for better communication. So, let's talk about why communication is the cornerstone of any successful relationship. It could be work, it could be romance, it could be friendship, family, what have you. When we talk about relationships, communication is like the oil that keeps the engine running smoothly. Without it, even the best relationships can break down. Think of it this way. Good communication builds trust, resolves conflict, and creates deeper connections. Poor communication, on the other hand, can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and even a complete breakdown of the relationship entirely. So, how do you make sure you're on the right side of that equation? Well, that's what we're going to cover tonight with these quick fixes. Think of it this way. Good communication builds trust, resolves conflict, and creates deeper connections. Poor communication, on the other hand, can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and even a complete breakdown of the relationship. So, how do you make sure you're on the right side of that equation? Well, that's what we're talking about tonight with these 3 quick fixes. So, quick fix number 1, active listening. I know, you've heard it before, but stick with me here. Active listening is not just about hearing words. It's about truly understanding the message behind those words. It's easy to zone out or think about your response while the other person is speaking, but that's a mistake. You want to be fully present. So here's how you level up. Next time you're in a conversation, focus entirely on the speaker. Don't interrupt. Use nonverbal cues like nodding or making eye contact to show you're engaged. And when they're done speaking, summarize what they said before you respond. Something like, so what I'm hearing is, this simple move shows respect, reduces misunderstandings, and makes the other person feel valued. Trust me, it works wonders. I do it all the time. Quick fix number 2. Speak clearly and honestly. A lot of times we beat around the bush or avoid saying what's really on our minds because we're afraid of conflict or we don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. But let's face it, guys, vague communication can lead to even more problems. So here's your strategy. Be direct but tactful. Say what you mean and mean what you say. But always consider the other person's perspective. For example, instead of saying, "You never listened to me," which sounds accusatory, you could try, "I feel like I'm not being heard, and it makes me frustrated." You're still expressing your feelings, but you're doing it in a way that's less likely to put the other person on the defensive. Clear, honest communication fosters openness and can quickly diffuse tension. Quick fix number 3 to resolve our bad chat situation. Nonverbal communication matters. Remember that communication isn't just about words. Nonverbal communication, your body language, facial expressions, and even your tone of voice can sometimes speak louder than words. Studies show that a huge portion of our communication is actually nonverbal. If your words are saying one thing, but your body language is saying another, you're sending mixed signals, and that can be confusing or even damaging. To tighten up your game here, be aware of what your body language is saying. Are your arms crossed while you're saying, "I'm fine"? That's a classic example of mixed signals. Try to keep your body language open and aligned with what you're actually saying. Remember, consistency builds trust. So guys, a quick recap of our quick fixes for bad chat and how to communicate more effectively. Number 1, practice active listening. Number 2, speak clearly and honestly. And number 3, make sure you're using nonverbal communication properly. Guys, a great communicator means all the difference in the world. And once people feel that they are being heard and that they're being understood by you, they will naturally reciprocate and will hear you and understand you even better. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Game On with Jackson Stuart. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to share the episode with a friend and leave a review wherever you're listening. Also, hit me up on social media. I'd love to hear how you're putting these tips into practice. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, leveling up, and playing the game one day at a time. Until next time, keep it sexy and game on.